Habari ma Afrika, mimi ni King, nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Asante kwa kutazama Kingseso. A fully loaded video. This one is going to be, I'm talking about many things. Going back to the Kingseso that had multiple topics in one video. Let's start with thanking Sihle Lonzi. Sihle Lonzi saved us from the corruption of the ANC. And now the president himself had to address this issue of Kwere Mantashi's son being employed there as a chairperson of one of the seaters, and also the Minister of Higher Education, who Dr. Nobuhle, has also came out and said, I'm reversing the list. We are going to be transparent now. We're going to change anything. What is interesting is that our president caused all of this corruption. He caused a mistake. And he says the ANC listens to the people, and that is why they had to act. What an embarrassment to the ANC. Thank you to Sihle Lonzi. Again, I want to speak about John Steenhuisen. What is John Steenhuisen's feelings about the people that left South Africa? What is his views, and what does he think he's going to do with the people that stayed? And should we as Africans celebrate those who have stayed or celebrate those who have went? Must we reconcile with those who have stayed? Are they staying because they've got a choice? Are they staying because of financial? I don't know what is going on. We're going to hear from John Steenhuisen himself. Speaking about those who have stayed, we've got another problem child in the African community by the name of Ronaldo Gouws. You guys remember the DA has turned their backs on him, and they fired him for using the K word in videos. And people say, no, it was an old video. He was 27 years old. He was 27 years old. In an African community, in any community, a 27-year-old is a man. Is a man. 27 years old. My goodness. So we must now think that he has all of a sudden changed his heart. He has now since released a public apology according to them. I know something is in the books. That is why he's issuing out this public apology. Pure rubbish. You guys will forgive him if you want to. And talking about other political parties, let's go to controversies political party where Edward Zuma has joined the MK political party. Well, we've got clips of him saying, listen, at home we've got different perspective, and I'm ANC, I'm not supporting the MK, but I support my father, blah, blah, blah. And now he has came. Is he going to be one of the people that are going to be added on the list to go to parliament? Very interesting question to ask. Let's wait and see. Let's talk about that, Pacetta, and much more. Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to Kingseso. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we've got a lot of topics to cover. I love it when I make videos like this that cover multiple topics. You can just forward to the topic that you want. The way I present them is the way, that's the format that I'm going to drop them in. Before I do that, you guys heard me the past week. I called for people who are involved in marketing to come and assist us in Pacetta. We want to really branch out Pacetta to the community. We want people to come to Pacetta. We want people to know about Pacetta. We want to go into partnership with other progressive African owned companies and organizations and all of that. So the call was heard by a few African brothers and sisters, and yesterday we had our first meeting as the marketing team of Pacetta. So know, the marketing team is underway. Some of them could not make it, but some of them did make it. So if you want to know more about the Pacetta marketing team, I did record the meeting without telling them, by the way, and uploaded it on the Pacetta YouTube account. Pacetta Pacetta Africanist School. So if you want to go and subscribe that site, follow Pacetta, because apparently there's other people that love Pacetta but don't love King Said So. That is over strong. This is over strong. But honestly speaking, we want to rebrand Pacetta outside King Said So, so that it can have it's a life on its own, and that's what exactly we were talking about, and many other things there. So those who don't like King Said So will not be able to suffer anymore. They will go and support Pacetta as an entity on its own. Tell me if that's a good idea on the comment section, and please go and subscribe to Pacetta Pan-Africanist School, and make sure that you leave a comment on the comment section, and we will really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for everyone that's sending their contribution. We are starting with minor construction phase 1 on the 1st of July, so please make sure that you send those contributions. Singa shooting Mali. Pacetta is turning 1 year old on July the 14th, so we want to make sure that we show you guys something that we are doing there on the grounds. Go to www.pacetta.co.za to make sure that you know everything about Pacetta. You must not be left behind. I got a gift yesterday. This gentleman here sent me a book. I was sent a book by Sihle Sibiya, and I was very surprised. I was like, wow, this is very interesting. Someone sending me a gift. I don't usually get gifts, ladies and gentlemen. Usually I'm the one who's sending gifts. So I was very blessed for this book. This book says, Black Men. Black men, are you stupid? I'll try to put the poster here somewhere. Black men, are you stupid? What a thought-provoking title there for Sihle Sibiya. Sihle Sibiya, an elder of ours who has decided to bless me with a book. I love reading. I'm currently busy with Socialism No Muntu Musha. I'm a slow reader. You can see how fat this book is. I'm only here. And it's been like a month or so, or 2 months I'm having this book. I'm a slow reader. I'm an author myself. Some of you might or might not know that I'm an author myself. Look how thin my book is. I'm an author. I'm authoring my second book, and we'll see when I will finish with that. I don't have time. But I said Linna is a beautiful book by King Said So. But right now we are talking about our brother, our father, our elder, Sihle Sibiya, who has sent me a book. Should I read something for you guys? Well, guys, just give me some time, and today I'm enjoying this issue of having multiple topics in one video. I'll get to it. Let me just read you something. It was signed from me. It says, "Black people run faster or forever." This is nice. This is very nice. I like it. It was signed for me. I really appreciate that. I saw that Prince Mashile has he made a contribution in this book. I wonder what that is all about. I will ask Mr. Sibiya himself about that. And okay, let's start with the author so that you guys can know who this author is. About the author. Black self-love advocate Sihle Sibiya is a pastor, community builder, entrepreneur, thought leader, and a diversity consultant whose driving passion is to change the black man's perspective about his fellow black men, and the rest of human race. For the past 25 years, he has worked tirelessly to improve the prospect of community in Soshanguve, black people at large, through a host of empowerment programs targeted mainly at men, youth, entrepreneurs, and leaders. Sihle is also a founder of Bantu Bakopane, a grassroots movement that is calling black people back to self-love and back into advancing black interest. Well, they are the media what you call handles. If you guys want to check him, he's got a YouTube channel also. He's got a Facebook, or he's everywhere. He's everywhere on the media, and his email is there. If you are interested to buying this book, it will be very excuse me, it will be very nice if one of you guys who's watching this video, according to this promotion that I'm giving his book, that you guys can buy this book and say, King said so, send me. I'm not sure how much the book is. You guys will ask him, and because I did not buy it, I would appreciate it if you buy it on my behalf, just to show support to Sihle. I will read more of his book sometime. I'll make sure that I start sharing the type of books that I read and everything. I really appreciate the kind gesture of him sending me the book. Ngiyabonga kakhulu, Brasibiya. Ngiyabonga, man of God. Ngiyabonga, man of God. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by saying we are so grateful to Sihle Lonzi for what he did there in Parliament. I show you guys that video of that foolishness called Tebogo Letsie, who was in the car with the MP driving to Parliament, driving to the Portfolio Committee meeting for higher education, and saying, yeah, we are there. We are making a video that is a pure embarrassment. They followed it up with interviews in TV to say Sihle Lonzi was late. Sihle Lonzi was not supposed to answer to that. That committee members had agreed before Sihle Lonzi that they are not going to ask that question. Why they wanted Gwede Mantashe and other people on that list to get on the to be employed as SETA board without any transparency to the community. But thank God for Sihle Lonzi for coming in there, standing his ground. Security kicking him out. Did they kick him out twice? I think there's another one where he was kicked out again. But Sihle Lonzi is as young as a man he is. I think he's somewhere in his late 20s, early 30s. He's a young man, Sihle Lonzi. For him to stand up against these adults that wanted to bully him, because they are used to doing this, the ANC. We were very disappointed by the MK political party trying to justify what the chairperson was doing. But we were not shocked. After we saw that video of them being in one car, we could add 1 + 1, because it's very clear it is 2. So, you know, I was so happy to see that Sihle Lonzi is a true advocate for transparency, a true advocate for justice in our country, because the unemployment rate has now raised by 1% to 34%. I mean, it's crazy how people are not getting jobs because people are putting their family members in. So Sihle Lonzi is someone we have to support. Now, the interesting about all of this is that the president has come out. He was asked, obviously, he will always be asked about, what do you think about this list? Did you see the list? How are you feeling about Gwede Mantashe's son and what transpired in that portfolio committee? What are your thoughts and everything? And like Cyril Ramaphosa fashion, always relaxed, always calm, always I don't know, just never mind, does not care, just answered it as a pure mistake. And this is what he said.
Well, there was a problem, an issue which the minister is trying to correct now. And I think it's important to realize that where, for instance, as the public sector, mistakes are made, immediately we are able to listen to the criticism, the voices of those in the community, and immediately take corrective measures. So that's what this is. We should also be grateful that we have a government that listens, even where it has made mistakes. Mistakes are made, and the important thing is to listen and to correct.
Thank you to Sihle Lonzi for saving us. The problem is it just brushes corruption as a mistake. You know, it was a mistake. We had to tackle that mistake. We had to listen to our people. Mistake. It's so disappointing to hear. The problem was there, and the minister is trying to correct it. The minister have found herself now, minister, having to pull that list back. The communication was taken out. Minister Nobuhle took that list back and said, no, now we are going to go into another process where everything is going to be transparent, and we are going to employ people on merit. Kandi, you are not doing that in the beginning. You did not do that first. You want to do it now that Sihle Lonzi has exposed you. No, serious. I was congratulating the ANC yesterday for winning Ward 24 in the city of Joburg, for winning Namakwa municipality in Springbok, Northern Cape, and winning again there in KwaZulu-Natal. I congratulate them when they are doing a good job. But when they are doing a bad job like this, we really need to call them to order. And also, we must call this nonsense ulitie. And this is the problem. Some of the chairpersons of these committees is crazy. We have a boy from the DA. No, not from the DA. Is he from the DA or from the Freedom Front Plus? Who is a chairperson of the committee of police and whatever there. He's one of the Black AfriForum boys, and he's heading the committee there. But anyway, that's what our president said. Let's listen to John Steenhuisen. What does he have to say about the people that left, the Afrikaners who have left South Africa, fearing for genocide and everything? What is his view about them who left and those who stayed? This is what John Steenhuisen said.
Well, I think that certainly everyone I've spoken to over the last few days and here at NAMPO have, of course, expressed some of these concerns, and we've traversed some of those already. But what I have seen is them committed to staying here and fixing those things and being part of the future and part of the solutions here. I think that we can't determine where people live and what their life choices are. That's for them to make. I happen to think that they've made a mistake. I think we're on the cusp of great things here in South Africa with new government, with new energy, with new growth initiatives. And I think that South Africa is going to start to take off in a major way. And it's going to become the envy of the world in many respects. But my focus is not on those people who've left. My focus as a Minister of Agriculture on those farmers and farm workers and people in the agri-space that have chosen, like me, to stay here and make a difference. And they're going to get my full attention and focus and support over the coming time while I'm Minister.
Guys, okay. My problem is that I don't believe anything that these African people say. I don't believe it because my experience has taught me, hey, you must be careful. Okay, our John Steenhuisen think that the people that have left is a mistake. That mistake is there. It's true, man. We as Black South Africans know that it's a mistake for a white Afrikaner to leave South Africa. He is the most safest and protected person. Even though the language is spoken by less than 20% of the population, it's still taught in school to more than 90% of the population. So we know Afrikaans, culture, the culture, the language, it is preserved here in South Africa. Besides that, they started at 1994 in a better footing. They already historically generated wealth through the apartheid regime. Most of them. They were never poor. They were taken care of. The African people take care of each other. So those who left, for us as Black people, it's a mistake. But for them as African people, it's not a mistake because they are racist to the core, the ones who left. And some of them who stayed, by the way, you will see what I mean in later. Some of them who stayed are racist to the core. And we need to make sure that those ones are exposed. They must be exposed. The ones in Orania, the ones in Kleinfontein, and many other communities, white-only communities. There's about 17 of them in South Africa. We only know about Orania and Kleinfontein because they are the most famous ones. But white people just buy a little bit farms and group themselves there, and they want to isolate them from the rest of South Africa because they've got the wealth, the historical apartheid-generated wealth. They have it to be able to isolate themselves. Unfortunately for us Africans, for us it's an achievement to stay in town, to stay in a suburb. For them it's not. It has always been like that. One thing that John Steenhuisen say that I want you to highlight there, he says we are at the cusp of great things, new government and new energy. My focus is for the people who have chosen to stay. That thing of saying we're at the cusp of great new things, I think it's a reminder for me, because I always remind you guys, but this was also a reminder for me to say, we as Africans, we forget that the wars are not only fought in the streets. The wars that win elections are fought in boardrooms. I'm going to say it again so that you guys can pick it up on me. The wars that win elections and the wars that win countries are fought in boardrooms. If you remember carefully how Africa was cut into 54 pieces, it was through the Berlin Conference. In that conference, the Europeans and our colonizers sat down and cut down Africa into pieces and gave each other small pieces. The war was first fought in boardrooms. And even now, you guys are doing nothing about, I'm talking about the politicians. I'm not talking about people that are watching King Says So. You guys have got no power. I'm just saying. The guys that are leaving the IEC to do as it please, the fights between our political parties, the infiltration by white monopoly capitalists and funders, investors into our political spaces, all of those things, these people are planning. So for me, it says that the DA knows the future of South African politics, or let me rather say election outcomes that is coming. We must be careful. We must be careful. I need to, EFF wants to fight MK, MK wants to fight EFF. Because, honestly talking, those are the only two parties that can bring us to this, what we call a total liberation. But as long as those two parties fight, the ANC is gullible. The ANC, we can't say it's infiltratable. It's already destroyed from the core. So the ANC will go with the DA because we are fighting each other. Nkuluma ngathi who are voting for the MK and the EFF. That's what I'm saying. So the more you guys fuel those fights between those two political parties in the public, in the background, in the boardrooms, they are planning something good. New energy, new government, something in the cusp, something great in the cusp is coming. That is what John Steenhuisen is saying. Remember that. Remember that. Talking about those who have stayed, we had a public apology from what's his name, Ronaldo Gouws. You guys are gonna take apologies from Ronaldo Gouws. Ronaldo Gouws, there is a move that he's about to take. There's a move that he's about to take. That is why this apology now and not then. That is why this apology now and not then. Ronaldo Gouws, the court has ruled against him. Remember when he was being investigated by the Democratic Alliance, a full of Democratic Alliance, and for me, he never showed any sympathy to what he was saying. If you go and watch his YouTube channel, to how he speaks today about the black people, how he speaks about the ANC, the EFF, the MK. If you go and listen to his podcast, his channel, you can see that there's no remorse to what he said. But he did release a public apology. I'll give him 1 minute, 30 seconds to finish what he wants to say.
I would rather ensure that you can see that the apology is sincere. So with that being said, let's get to it. Unconditional public apology by Ronaldo Gouws. 15 years ago, on 11 March 2010, while I was a 27-year-old student and not yet a political figure, I recorded and published a video on YouTube in which I intended to comment on then ANC Youth League President Julius Malema's singing of the words, "Kill the boer, kill the farmer." I maintain that singing those words is insensitive, offensive, divisive, and deeply hurtful towards Afrikaners, especially those affected by violent crime in rural areas. However, I acknowledge that my critique itself was insensitive, offensive, divisive, and deeply hurtful towards black people. In that video, I started with the words, and I'm going to highlight it here so that you can see it. I'm not going to repeat it. Although I followed this with the words, I didn't mean what I just said. It was unacceptable for me to have used such violent language to make my point. I accept now that these racial slurs have been correctly declared by the Constitutional Court to be unutterable and racist. Further in the video, I described Julius Malema as an ignorant little effing black idiot and referred to those who sang along with him as effing barbaric people.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. I really don't like this boy's voice, tone, face. There's nothing I love about Ronaldo Gouws. Nothing. He's a racist boy. He has proven it over and over. Don't come to me with that nonsense that you were 27-year-old. A 27-year-old is a matured somebody. You come from a racist family. You yourself are racist. When this issue of your racist post were pointed out, you saw nothing wrong. You were so arrogant about everything that you said. It is now that you want to be politically correct and diplomatic because you want to make career moves that are going to see you in the public eye again. We will not forgive you, or we will not even make you forget what you said, Ronaldo Gouws. And that goes to all the African people who persecuted our grandfathers, our ancestors, and even us who still live under the shadows of the apartheid regime. We will not forgive you guys because, number one, your forgiveness is not followed by action. Reading an apology letter means nothing to us as African people. You don't want to give out, give your land. You don't want to give the economical powers that you have. You don't want to share spaces with us. You don't want to do anything with us. You still, in your podcast, continue to attack African people. Attack about DJ Spoo, about everything. We see and watch everything that you are doing. So you are not a person that we can take an apology from. Your anger will always be there for black people. You see yourself as a superior race as of the African people. You should have been one of the people that got in a plane and left our country. You should leave our country and go and live in America where you will not have to deal with a lot of black people, and maybe they will give you some privileges there. But you, Ronaldo Gouws, you are a racist somebody. It has been proven in court that your statements were racist. So now coming with this apology, my brother, it's too late. It's too late. Go and try next door. Go and try next door. We are not taking any apologies from people who are going to come here and try to charm us with words. And that's the problem with us Africans. Easily forgiving, easily accommodative. The Ubuntu spirit that we have is the reason why we were colonized at a fast rate that we were colonized. We African people. Too welcoming. You read what the Nama people and the Khoi people, how they were welcoming the Portuguese, trading with them and everything there in the northern part of the western part of the Northern Cape. How we were welcoming those people in the Cape Colony. How we welcomed these people and started trading with them, allowed these people to formulate their ships and stations and everything. We as African people, our weakness of just saying, oh, you're saying sorry, it's fine. Oh, you killed my brother, you're saying sorry, it's fine. That is our problem. Okay, let me not get deep into that. Edward Zuma has joined the MK political party. Finally, I thought he would have joined in the beginning. I remember those days when the police wanted to arrest his father, Jacob Zuma, and it was like, there's no way the police is going to get into Nkandla. It will be over his dead body. I remember those statements. I was very happy actually to hear a son stand next to his son, to his father, to the end times like that. I was very happy. You guys know in your families, fathers and sons are always fighting and everything. It was good to see him do that. But I also remember him saying that he's an ANC cadre. He loves the ANC. In their family, they've got differences, political perspective, and they endorse them, and they don't have a problem with that. He even says that's what our fathers, our parents fought for. They fought that we can have, we can affiliate ourselves with any political party, the freedom of choice and everything. So that's what he was saying. But right now he has changed and has went to MK. There's things I know about the MK that I can't say in public until they happen. I don't want to see myself as a person who breaks stories, but there's information that we are privileged to that is coming. And when it comes, I hope you guys will remember this part, what I'm saying. But I can say this much. The list of the MK political party of people who are going to go into parliament is going to shock some of you. It's going to shock you. It's going to shock you, to say the least. In fact, there's two lists right now. There's two lists. There's a list that is submitted and a redrafted list. Hey, King, you're saying too much. You're saying too much. Be careful. Be careful. Yeah, so, yeah, there's things. Tina, we get people who call us as podcasters all the time. All the time. It started with me. How long am I in podcast now? I think I'm 2 years in podcasting now. People call you. Hey, hello, I've got evidence. I want to send you this video. This is what who says to who, what kanjani, but I want to remain anonymous. But don't say you got it from me. You know, I want to remain anonymous. You take it out in the community. And sometimes it's scary information, very scary information that a person must think twice because we have a family and everything. And I am not in politics. I do political analysis. I'm a podcaster. I am not in politics. I don't want to be in politics. Don't call me to be part of your political party. I am not interested. I was approached by both the MK and the EFF. I'm not in the EFF provincially. I'm not interested. I'm not interested, the ANC, I am not interested to be in politics. I'm not. I'm okay where I am, struggling with my smaller little job, struggling with my smaller little businesses, struggling here on YouTube. I am content with how my life is. I don't want money to corrupt me. I am happy with a little company called Pacetta that we are building together here. I'm very happy with those things. You guys who are in political regalia can attack and do whatever you want on me, but I will never choose a political side and sign on paper to affiliate with them as a member. Never. Never. I'll never do that. I'll never do that. I've seen enough. I see the political system as a problem for us black people. Does not mean I will not vote. I did not hide the last elections that I'm voting for the EFF. I did not hide it. I said the EFF is the closest political party to the Pan-Africanism that I am chasing after. That's what I said, and that's who I voted for. My vote is not a secret. When it comes to the local elections next year, I will announce who I vote for. It does not mean I am part of those political party, but I announce my vote is not a secret. Like I said, you know, I don't hide and all of that. But I can vote for you and still criticize you. That one, you must take it for free. I will vote for you. I will criticize you when I see that you are doing wrong. That's all I'm doing. I'm not a perfect being. I don't know anything about politics and running a political party or whatever is happening. But when I get files, I will definitely, when we get news, we will criticize our leaders. But some of the the files that I got the past days is so big that it cannot be even shared. It's like if you share them, you have to post the proof that you got and everything, of which I'm not willing to do. So ngizohlala la ngithule. Edward Zuma has joined the MK political party. Is he going to be one of the people on the list? We don't know. It's a public announcement that the MK political party has made. It's other members also were joining the MK with him there. So it was a big announcement. A few people were joining the MK. But I'm telling you, you're not ready what is coming, even in the ANC. You're not ready. But according to the files that I got, the EFF, the MK, and the okay, I'm gonna say too much. Let me stop. Ngiyabonga bafethu. I just wanted to do this video yesterday for the first time. Not for the first time. I think it's the third time this year. I slept before 12 o'clock, so I was very happy to sleep in Vogile. I'm going to the Pacetta land. I have to meet with the guys of the farm to plan what we are doing there for the birthday. We want to build something there for the birthday. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace. Pan-Africanism. I salute you.